everything. The way I walk, the way I breathe. Feel my fate shift into the night. But here I am, same old thing. Sinking deep, no ecstasy. Reality haunts the living mind. If I saw another day, only to scream into the night. Nothing ever tries to change, even if I want to realize. 'Cause I've been sitting here, same old ways, taking off without the same escape. Darling, when you go away, it won't be as simple for you.
Right, yo, guys, it is Old Man G here, RDS back again. And I've not done this for a while, but we actually do it's a Red Devil Live podcast. I haven't done this one of these in ages, but with the Champions League, Europa League, and Conference League draws, I thought it'd be good to sort of discuss them. I'm joined by Barry, Michael, and the Real Sage. Guys, how are you doing?
We're doing good. We're doing good.
Good, man.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yep, Sage, I can hear you definitely, yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm doing well, thanks. How you guys doing?
Oh, your mic is a bit low. Can you turn up a bit? Try again. Oh, okay.
Is that better? Uh-huh.
That's a little bit better. Yeah, I can hear you. Right, no worries. Right, so I normally would have my camera on for these types of things, but I've literally just got back from work, so I'm tired. So it's going to be a voiceless one, but that doesn't mean there's not going to be like a lot to discuss. Shout out to SMB and Eddie in the chat. Really appreciate you guys for stopping by. Remember, guys, you need to like, share, and subscribe to Red Devil Studio. Follow them on Twitter, We Are X, smash the notification button, etc. So let's just get into it first, guys. The Champions League quarterfinal draw reaction. I'll see if I can just get an image of the thingy up in a second. Let's just have a quick look. But what is everyone's just general thoughts about the Champions League draws so far? Yeah, there we go. That's it. Okay. Cool. Okay. So what are people? So Chelsea versus Madrid, City versus Atletico, Villarreal versus Bayern, and Benfica versus Liverpool. I'll start with you, Barry. Like, what would you say your general thoughts are about this draw? In terms of, who do you think is going to go through, etc.
I think it's overall. I like the matches. I think Chelsea Real is obviously the big one. Man City, Atleti, it can be a good one. It has the potential to be a very good one. Villareal, Bayern, it can be a good one. If the Bayern defense still is a bit sus, because I think guys like Mourinho and Danjuma can be dangerous on the wings. They can cause problems to Upamecano, Sule if he comes back, and Benfica, Liverpool. Props to Benfica for making it this far, but I think that Liverpool is a bit too much for them. But overall, I do like some of the matches that we have.
You don't think so? Just you don't think that Benfica have a chance?
It's football. I mean, everybody has a chance, but I think that if we are being realistic, I think that Liverpool is going to qualify. But I just want to see a good game out of it. So hopefully Benfica can do something and surprise everyone.
Oh, cool. Michael, who's obviously a Liverpool fan, who's obviously anticipating that Liverpool win the quadruple this season.
Don't say that, RDS. Don't say that.
It's just Liverpool they're effectively in the semi-final of the FA Cup. They're probably in the semi-final of the PL, and they're competing for the Premier League. I mean, as a Liverpool fan, how are you feeling right now, knowing that your team could be on the brink of something unprecedented?
Well, we ain't winning. We're gonna at least win one of the Champions League or Premier League. That I can at least maybe guarantee. Because I don't think we can do the quad. I mean, come on. Let's be realistic. No team has ever done it. I don't think we'll do it this season. I mean, if we do it, everybody's got to go into hiding because Liverpool fans are going to be unbearable. I just got to be honest. Yes. Everybody's got to go into hiding. But
yes, I'm worried. If
the payments worked. That's all I got to say. The payments worked. We got Benfica. Thank you, UEFA. I'm glad you got my PayPal account correct. So, no offense to Benfica, right? That game in Amsterdam, they got completely outplayed. They got a smash and grab. Good for them. I'm happy for Benfica. It's a historic club, producing the likes of Eusebio and these sort of guys. But, I mean, they're facing Liverpool. It's going to be different. If you're going to give chances to Liverpool, they'll convert it. So I expect not 100%, I'm 95% sure Liverpool will go through in that tie. If we get bounced out, I might have to go into hiding then. So Bayern Munich, Villareal. I don't know. Obviously, Bayern Munich are going to be favorites, but if you look at the defense, it looks a little bit leaky, and Good Evening can do something. He can definitely do something with Real, but obviously we all expect Bayern to go through. Man City versus Athletico. Now, Pep is going to lose some more hair in this tie. He is going to be stressed out against Simeone, and with Simeone's antics. Huh?
You think he'll bottle it?
I don't think he'll bottle it, but he's just going to be stressed out against that 8 in the back defense that Simeone plays. And I mean, yeah, kudos to Atleti. They got past Man United, but as we have seen this season, United are not the greatest team this season. So let's see how much Atleti can cause City trouble. Man City are going to have like 80% ball possession in this game. Simeone could care less how much of the ball he has, but hey, let's see what happens in that matchup. I expect City to go through. Now, Chelsea, Real Madrid, this is a 50-50. First question I have, how is Chelsea going to get to Madrid? That's the main question I have for this. Gotta be honest here. Are they going to take a boat? Are they going to take the... I
was told that apparently they wanted the City game on the same day so they could take the same flight to Madrid.
So they can hop onto their plane. Exactly, gotcha. But
they cannot teleport.
Teleport. But yeah, I think honestly, Chelsea, I think they're the better team than Real Madrid because let's be honest, Real Madrid, they got outplayed for 3 halves against PSG, and it just happened to be PSG, and they collapsed like they do every season. And Benzema showed up. So I think Chelsea can go through in this time. To be honest, even though Real Madrid, they have the football heritage, second leg being a Bernabeu. I think Thomas Tuchel is 100% a better manager than Ancelotti, and he can definitely out-tactical him. So I think Chelsea have a great chance to make it to the semifinals, and then we get an all-English semifinal, and, we'll see what happens.
Fair enough. Sage, obviously you're a Chelsea fan, and anticipating that Chelsea are potentially favourites for the Champions League. What are your thoughts on this tie against Real Madrid? Do you think you have the momentum, or what? Sage, you there? Sage.
I can send. Yeah, hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go on. Hello? Oh, internet, man. His internet's been bugging. Right. Sage, will you come back? Try and see if we can get that fixed. Just a few comments. SMB says, we say Bayern games are going to be close, but then we see an easy 5 of Bayern. I mean, this is what I was saying, before that, that especially now that they'll have Goretzka and Davies back. If you have a fully fit Bayern squad, because I don't think we've seen a fully fit Bayern squad yet. And I think if you add a Goretzka and Davies to this team on top of Lewandowski and Müller, well, I know the defense is shaky, and I know Goretzka will really help in that midfield. So I definitely think that it would be unwise to underestimate Bayern Munich when they have their full team fit. Simeone looking at the Palace game, that's fair. If it was one leg with Man City versus Atletico, I might have given it to Atleti, but 2 legs is a lot, and I think that is a fair point as well. So who would people say who would people say? Okay, so if I just go through predictions, like what do you think? I'll say just sorry, boys, I'm having mic issue. No, don't worry about it, man. Just if you stay in the comments, get your questions in. That works as well, man. So Barry, like just going through, so who do you think is going to basically just go through on these ties and then semi-final and then potentially final? What's your prediction?
Okay, so the Liverpool Benfica, I got Liverpool. Props to Benfica, but I really do think that Liverpool's gonna go through. Bayern Villarreal, that is true that we haven't seen a fully fit Bayern team, and so far, I guess in the knockout stages and everything. Obviously, there was the Salzburg game, but the second leg was a different story. And I'm not trying to underestimate Bayern because I know that fully fit Bayern. Also, if they have to face Liverpool in the semis, it will be a very tough one, you know. But I think that as someone who watches La Liga consistently, Villarreal is a team that creates a lot of chances, you know. Sometimes they might sit back because they can see an opportunity where if we see the team that like for example the second Juventus game, for example, Villarreal was sitting back for most of the second half because they were trying to see if Juventus was going to give a lot of spaces to hit them on the counter attack. That's why you guys have guys like Danjuma and Moreno who can be very dangerous. I think Bayern's going to qualify. I think fully fit Bayern. I think it's way too much for Villarreal, but we never know, you know. City, Atleti. I got City, but one thing that Atleti struggles is, I think Zeman said it on another stream, is that they struggle with crosses. That is true, but one other weakness is that a team who is patient with the ball, they move a lot, they always trying to find the next man that can do something great. That is what City is, you know. So I think that Simeone, he can create a game plan to try to disturb Pep's game plan, but I think that City is going to qualify, and Chelsea, Real Madrid. The X factor is Kante for me because to really try to put up a fight against Modric, Casemiro, and Cruz, you need a guy who has the perfect combination of physicality and technical ability on the ball and everything. And that's what Kante is, you know. So if Kante balls and he's pretty much 100%, I got Chelsea. But if Kante really doesn't ball, it might be closer than we think. But I still got Chelsea, you know. So that's my predictions.
Fair enough. Mike, what about you? What's your thoughts?
Pretty much same as Barry. I expect Liverpool to go through. I mean, enough said there. Kudos to Benfica, like Barry said, but Liverpool should be going through in that tie. Now, Bayern Villarreal. I'll tell you what happens, right? It's going to be 1-1 in the first leg, and everybody's like, oh, wow, Bayern are going to go out. Maybe Bayern are going to go out. Then they smash them 5-1. I already see it happening. This is how it always is with Bayern Munich. They give teams hopes, and then they destroy them in Munich. It happens every single year. So Bayern will go through in that tie. Kudos to Unai Emery. I think he's a fantastic manager. And, you know, once you leave PSG, you become a good manager, it seems like. Man City, Athletico. The key for Atleti is don't lose by more than one goal in Manchester. If they lose by more than one goal, the tie's over. If it's 2-0, 3-0, Man City go through. But Man City will go through against Atleti. Chelsea, Real Madrid, 50-50. But I just think Chelsea, you know, Thomas Tuchel is such a good cup manager, right? I don't think they're a really good league team. But when it comes to cup competitions, this is a side you definitely do not want to play against. Yes, maybe their wing backs are not the greatest, but I think if Kante and Kovacic have big games, and now with Havertz and Ziyech and Pulisic playing well, and Mount, I guess now he's an assist creator, man. He's just has so many assists nowadays. So I think Chelsea will go through against Real Madrid, but it could get interesting at the Santiago Bernabeu. It's always a tough place to go to.
Fair enough. And Chainsaw, you just obviously, who's also a Liverpool fan. Thank you for joining, man. Really appreciate it. And make sure you check out his channel as well as Michael's channel as well. They post a lot of good content on their channels respectively. Chainsaw Body is a Liverpool fan. How are you feeling about this unprecedented quadruple that you guys be loading up sometime soon?
Well, first of all, I enjoyed the red marble thing.
Yes. Sorry, that's the only time to upload that, man. But
it's fine. It's absolutely fine. Thank you for that. Also, I already told you the quad's going to happen. We're going to beat Benfica easy, home and away, and Bayern Munich. We're going to expose their defense. I've always said Bayern Munich are like the biggest frauds in Europe. Their defensive structure is just like the Bundesliga, where they don't have a proper structure at the back. I think Sule is their best centre back, if I'm correct on that, or their main centre back that they have. So, I mean, compare that to Liverpool. We've got Van Dijk, Gomez, Matip, Konate. We're levels ahead of Bayern Munich. There's no comparison. And I've already mentioned this. Liverpool have the best squad in the whole of Europe, probably the whole world as well. But based on the fact that our B team beats Man City's B team on paper, if everyone's fit. People don't realize that Man City only have 19 players. We have more than 19 players. And like our sixth and seventh choice like attackers are Taki Minamino and Origi. And Taki's almost got 10 goals this season. So when you're talking about Liverpool, people need to put respect on the whole team, not just the attack. We're talking about the midfield as well. Thiago, Fabinho, Henderson. I know people think Henderson's a joke, but he's needed in every team. You need a Henderson in your team to win leagues, to win Champions Leagues. And then you have like Naby Keita, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Curtis Jones, Harvey Elliott. Some of these names sound like they're average players, but they're not. Klopp's not an average manager. He sees things in these players. People need to realize that. Obviously, people hate Liverpool. It's like the most hated club, in my opinion, especially in the Premier League. But if you remove your bias from this, Liverpool have the best squad in Europe. There's no comparison. A home and away will be smoked Bayern.
Jeez, it's big statements.
Not only smoke them, Diaz will score, Mane will score, Salah will score, Firmino will score, Jota will score. Bayern will get smoked. We'll give them a 5-1. And obviously Villareal, I'm hoping they do something. Unai Emery, masterclass. But I think that's as far as they go. And then the only challenges that I see for us is Man City. And I think Man City could win their tie, but I think Simeone might have his tactics on point to like stifle out Pep or frustrate Pep and make Pep overthink. And if Pep overthinks, then they could go out, which will be a benefit for Liverpool. And then you're looking at Real Madrid. Yeah, they are a genuine threat with Benzema, Vinicius, who I've always said is amazing. But again, other than Real Madrid and Man City, the Champions League's ours. And as we know for the FA Cup, we're in the semi-finals. And we're going to win the Premier League. So, yeah, the COD's on.
Confidence, man. Confidence. It's a good time to be a Liverpool fan. Let's just put it. That's a good time to be a Liverpool fan, man. Let me just quickly get some comments through, and then I'll just quickly just go through who everyone thinks is going to actually win the Champions League, and then we'll move on to the Europa League. And everyone says Real Madrid can't play the old guys in midfield. That's against Chelsea. Sorry, I said that. Manchester United are the most embarrassing club, of course. There's going to be a hater here. Serious question: if Ronaldo fails to qualify the World Cup, and still is the most banned player in the world? I mean, come on, like the man is
No. That's BS.
Is he the most embarrassing? Like, come on, this 37 years old still playing at the highest level. Like, this. I'm not trying to say, he's had a great season, but like, you need to also put how many other 37-year-olds are playing in the top leagues in the world in that position. Not that many. So, it's come on. You've got to put things into context. I do think with Messi and Ronaldo, people, and I tend to be more reasonable on this channel because have hope brings the worst out of, people. But at the end of the day, Messi and Ronaldo have performed at the highest level for quite some time. And to be at the highest level for quite some time requires a lot of discipline. And not many players that I can think of have had that level of consistency year in, year out. I'd say probably Salah has probably come recently to be the player that has had the most consistency at the highest level as of recently, but most players don't have that. Man City played Burnley before Atletico, so that's good prep. I wouldn't say that because Man City almost every year lubricate Burnley. It's usually a 5-0 session every year. So I think if you're a City fan, that's not really good. Really good. If you're an Atleti fan and you play like Burnley, you're going to be lubricated badly. So don't look at Burnley. But Diaz injury is a huge miss, and that is things. And no way goals favor City exactly. Goretzka and Davis coming back will help Bayern defense S&B. And Eddie, I see you in the background, man.
Ooh,
Cool.
Eddie,
big one.
bro, how you doing?
I'm doing all right, man. Can you hear me properly first
We
and
can hear
foremost?
you, man. We can hear you, buddy. We
Cool.
can. Let me just
Right. Yeah, I just wanted to get in and first of all share my depression that Man United could not make it into this round with these big dogs. And yeah, man, it just seems like a one-sided kind of round if you ask me. Apart from Chelsea or Real Madrid, it looks like, you know, there's big dogs of Man City, Liverpool, Bayern Munich have got it in the bag pretty much. Yeah. I'm looking forward to Chelsea, Real Madrid, because I reckon Real Madrid are going to want some of that revenge from last season. Because Chelsea, you know, didn't completely outplay them, but they did a good job on them. You know, did a good pragmatic job on them. So it's going to be interesting, man.
So what are your quarterfinal predictions?
Yeah, so quarterfinals. Yeah, like I'm saying, it looks one-sided. Yeah, it's got what is it? Man City going through, Bayern Munich going through, and Liverpool going through. So yeah, so apart from Chelsea, Real Madrid, I just reckon Real Madrid will be hungrier, you know, for that payback. Like I'm saying, I mean Chelsea, yeah, they're champions at the moment, but you just got to think of Real Madrid after that comeback against PSG as well. They're going to be really confident, you know. So I reckon, yeah, Real Madrid. I reckon, yeah, the semi-finals, Man City versus Real Madrid, and what is it? Bayern Munich versus Liverpool. Yeah, that's my prediction, man.
Fair enough, man. Fair enough. And shout out to Charles Chainsaw. Thank you, buddy. Really appreciate it for the super chat, man. I respect Pep a lot, and he's the only threat. We will humble Bayern, and also big up Michael. Love your channel. Also, big love to Barry as well. See, we have
Thanks, man.
Thanks, Chainsaw.
Thanks,
Chainsaw, man. Really appreciate it, buddy. And make sure you check out Chainsaw's channel as well, especially if you love anime, man. There's a lot of funny stuff on there.
Oh, most definitely.
I'm gonna check it out.
MN says the draw sets up for better semi-final ties, and I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. Does anyone have any other final thoughts on the Champions League before we speak about a step down from the Champions League?
Should we give our finals prediction? Who we think will make it to the finals?
Yeah, final.
Oh, did I say Asker? Who do you guys think will win the Champions League? That's it. If we just quickly go around. So Eddie, who do you think is going to win the Champions League?
Yeah, this is it looks like it's gonna be Man City, Real Madrid semi-final. Yeah, City. I mean, how many times can they keep battling it with their amazing squad that they've got? You know, I can see them making it to another final, and then Bayern Munich versus Liverpool. I don't know if Liverpool will have what it takes to beat Bayern Munich, even though, you know, they've got Diaz. They've really reinforced up front. Jota is in there. I just have a feeling that it will be Man City in the final again, and I don't know. I think Liverpool will prove me wrong. I reckon we'll see Man City, Liverpool in the final. I reckon that's what a lot of people want to see as well, because they're really going now in the league too. So yeah, I can see it, man. Man City and Liverpool. I reckon Man City take it. I reckon Man City will do some tick-a-tacker, and I reckon they'll get it this time. I hate to say it, man, as a Man United fan. But
I mean, if it stops, I mean, it's a difficult one, you know, as a United fan, because you're like, at this point, I don't mind City winning the Champions League if it means that Liverpool don't win a treble or a quadruple, you know. It's like, you know, eventually they're going to win a Champions League at some point, but as long as, you know, as long as Liverpool don't win the that's the only thing that it's like Arsenal's Invincibles, you know what I mean? Like it's the only thing United have to hang on to right now, which shows how far the club has fallen. Michael, buddy, what are your thoughts? Who do you think will win?
So definitely it's going to be Liverpool Bayern semi-final, and then in the other bracket, I think it'll be Chelsea Man City. Now, I think Chelsea's going to beat Man City. You know, I think they'll do it again. I think Thomas Tuchel will outcoach Pep one more time and make it to another Champions League final, because Pep will overthink it. He'll be like, oh, that 5 in the back, how do I expose it? And he won't be able to. And then Chelsea will make it to a final. And then Liverpool Bayern, it's just a matter of who scores more goals. I just think it's that. I mean, as well as Liverpool's defense have been this season, I mean, that Bayern attack is scary. I mean, Lewandowski, Muller, Gnabry, Coman, who else? Gnabry, Thomas Muller, Jamal Musiala. I mean, you can't stop that attack. No defense can stop that attack when they are on fire. So I'll still go with Liverpool because I think we can get at that Bayern defense. And then it's the Chelsea-Liverpool final. Oh, God, that would be the worst final, to be honest. Because if you look at it, they've drawn 3 times this season. It's because obviously the League Cup final went to penalties, and then it only took Kepa to Sky to Mars for Liverpool to win the League Cup title. So
that was a good game, though.
It was a very good game. I thought, honestly, as a Liverpool fan, I thought Chelsea should have won. They had more clear-cut chances in that game, and I thought Chelsea should have won that game quite maybe 2-0 or something like that, or 2-1. But I think Liverpool.
I reckon Lukaku should have had that goal. I mean, what do you guys think to that handball being offside? I mean, come on, you can't score with your hand. I didn't like that.
Yeah, I don't quite understand that.
Yeah, I don't understand it either. I was so surprised when they ruled it offside. I was like celebrating like hard. But I think Liverpool will win the Champions League. I think it's our time once more. 7 is coming home. The European champions. We are Liverpool, man. This is our competition. No other English team can do it other than Chelsea United. But Liverpool have got this, I think. I think this is the perfect bracket for Liverpool to make it to another final and win it. But I don't want to get too overconfident because I think if we face Chelsea in a final, it's gonna be exhausting.
How many does AC Milan have? Because it goes Real Madrid.
They have 7.
They have 7.
So you join level on with AC Milan then with 7, and then go ahead of. And then, you level with Bayern on 6.
Yep.
Yeah, level on Bayern. 6,
Okay.
6 each.
Fine. Okay, so we're level on. Fine. Okay, I'm with you. Okay, that makes sense. Chainsaw then. Well, I mean, you effectively told me who you think is going to win, which is Liverpool, right?
Yeah, I just need to remind Michael that Bayern Munich's attacks not faced any good defenses for the last 3 years. And the last time they played a good defense, Matip and Van Dijk pocketed both Lewandowski, Gnabry, and the other winger they have. So Gnabry is overrated. I don't see any hype. I mean, in high-line Bundesliga teams, he will do great, right? But when he plays a proper team like PSG in the Champions League final, Koeman had to bail all of them out, all the attack out. Let's not act like Bayern Munich's attack's world-class. Lewandowski, has he played a Van Dijk? No, he hasn't. Once he plays a Van Dijk again, he's going to be pocketed. He's silent. In the big occasions, where's Lewandowski? You don't see him.
Champions League semi-final against Real Madrid.
Well, one time. What year was it?
2013, I think.
Exactly. My point. Rest my case. You do it once. That doesn't mean you could do it. It's a one-off. It's on a rare occasion, blue moon type thing. So this guy's going to get pocketed. But we're not talking about Van Dijk. It's Matip, the world's best defender. Matip will pocket the whole attack. It's light work for us. This ain't. I'm being serious. This Bayern Munich team is so overrated. It's so overhyped. I'm saying this now. It's a 3-0 win at home and a 5-0 win. No, 5-1 win at their ground.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Mane would end Neuer's career again, just like he did back in 2019. This is light work for us. The quad's on. The only person that can stop us is Pep. That's the only person.
You don't fear Chelsea?
No, that's a light work. 1-0 win in the final if we get Chelsea. It will just be draining to watch, but we'll win it.
But Chainsaw, don't you think in the League Cup final that they should have deserved to win that game?
No. There's nothing about deserved. You either win or you lose. We won. And this time we'll come with Thiago in the midfield. We didn't have Thiago. We had Naby Keita, and he wasn't ready for that match. Do you remember when
actually saying Madrid versus Bayern? That's the thing. That's what he's wanting, Madrid Bayern, which I'm also wanting as well, because it means that like Chelsea, Liverpool, and City and English teams just are far away from that CL trophy. But SMU wants a Liverpool City final. Chelsea versus Man City has always been boring games. That is true. That has been true. I don't think I can remember a time when I watched an interesting Chelsea City game, aside from the fact when City beat Chelsea 5-0 at the Etihad, and Eden Hazard was
6-0.
playing.
They beat them 6-0.
So it's 6-0. Yeah, that was entertaining. Especially if you watched HH's post-match stream after that. It was definitely something. Lewandowski versus VVD should be interesting. Although Emin says respect. Ifak says, "Who is this clown? Is that referring to Chainsaw about his prediction?" Ask Chainsaw what he thinks of Trent defending.
Trent's really good at defending. It's just that on occasions he can be poor. Like if you watch him every single game, there'll be games where he's amazing at defending, and then there'll be games where he's absolutely bad at defending. He's just inconsistent at defending. That's his issue. But he's not a bad defender.
Yeah, I think he relies heavily on Virgil van Dijk or Matip covering him, because when I see him a lot of the time, he's like right winger, sometimes a centre attacking mid, taking shots. You know, I reckon Bayern Munich can really expose that kind of fallback to his game. And yeah, Chainsaw saying like, you know, Gnabry, Lewandowski is going to be pocketed, but you're forgetting Sane as well. We know how good Sane was at Man City. The guy's a top German international, man. I don't see a 5-1 like it's gonna be closer
it'll
than
be
that.
2 in aggregate, but we all have the 8-2 over them. It's 3-0 at home and then 5-2 at their ground, so it'll be 8-2 overall.
Well, you're gonna bet money on that? Yeah, back it up.
Yeah,
if you're that sure.
I'll bet some money on it.
Yeah, like a pound. You bet a pound on it. Yeah.
No, I'll bet £10. 10. There you go.
Hey, that's a good one.
Right. Okay. Fair enough. Right. So that's the Champions League. And you know the general.
You forgot. Yeah.
Point. Barry, say your piece, man. Sorry.
No, it's cool. It's cool. Yeah, I think Liverpool and Bayern are gonna face each other in the semis. But like one thing that we don't really take account is that the Bayern team in 2019 is nowhere near as good as the 2022 side, I'll say. Because Davis wasn't there, and I think guys like Goretzka, he wasn't there also, which is a big part of why they can block the space for guys like Hendo and Thiago and Fabinho to go to work and
Barry,
try to do so.
Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you. Do you mean
No,
the
it's
team
cool.
that won the Champions League, the Bayern team?
Oh no, the 2019, because we already saw
when Liverpool
Yeah.
and Bayern faced each other.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't think Davis was playing or Goretzka.
yeah, and there are big reasons why they are a very performing team, I'd say. So I still think Liverpool's gonna win, because I think that Liverpool is more disciplined in the way that they're not gonna give as much space as Bayern can. Because even today, I just watched it's a bit odd, but I watched the Bayern and Berlin game, and these guys, they let a lot of space on the field and everything. So I'd say Liverpool, but I really think that Bayern they can do something, because if we look at the whole roster and everything, they are a very complete squad, also as Liverpool. So it's just a game where it's just about details and who's going to make the right things at the right time.
But Barry, do they have a good centre back though?
You said what?
One? Can you name a good centre back at Bayern?
Well, Sule and Upamecano are good ones, but it's just a matter of inconsistency.
Not good. He's not.
It's like Trent. Trent, he is a good defender, but as you said, inconsistency. It's the same thing with Upamecano. It's just going to be a matter of who's going to turn up at that game. If Trent turns up, he can do a good job against Gnabry and Sane.
But you need 2 centre backs though. You need 2 good centre backs, not just one.
It's just a matter of the moment, It's just going to matter who's going to show up at that game, really, because they are good players, but it's just going to be who's going to show up and do the work.
Fair enough. Okay. Right. Let's move on. Let's move on to a step down. I want obviously Barry to lead with this, because Barry's as a Barca fan. I think it's important that we lead with the spelling mistakes. Sorry, 1 second, guys. Hate when that happens. So the Europa League obviously draw also happened. And I'll just share the. There we go. So the Europa League draw happened. Hopefully everyone can see that. So West Ham versus Lyon, RB Leipzig versus Atalanta, Frankfurt versus Barcelona, SC Braga versus Rangers FC. Barry, is this basically, as a Barca fan, is this a foregone conclusion? Have Barca basically won the tournament already? Is that it? Is it done, or do you think that there might be some issues going forward?
Oh, well, one of the favorites, that's for sure. But I think that teams like West Ham and Atalanta are good opponents. Obviously we've talked about like how Syria they have kind of downgraded year by year, but there's still teams that perform well in their league and in European competitions like Europa. So but like the main game that I'm going to watch is Barcelona versus Frankfurt, and I I barely watch any Frankfurt and everything, but they had a good performance last time in the Europa League as well, so it should be a good one. But it's just a matter of where I think that Barcelona, one thing that they've improved year by year, especially under Xavi, is that when things are not going really the right way, they can find a way to bounce back and try to get that lead back or try to tie the game or get something out of it. I don't think I don't remember the last time that I saw Barcelona who really crumbled like that, under Xavi, and that's a good element that he added to the squad. So we're gonna see what happens, because at some point, if we reach the final or the semis, we're gonna have to see West Ham and Atlanta in the final possibly. So we'll see how everything goes.
Cool, Eddie, man. Eddie, so before we so I'll obviously go back around seeing what people's thoughts are about this, but well, in fact, I'll just go around just to everyone. Are Barcelona? The question is, are Barcelona basically the favorites to win this competition now?
100%. This is their tournament to lose. If they lose this, it would be a failure. I mean, look at the other teams in this competition. Barcelona, with the way they're playing, they should win this tournament.
Yeah, I mean, they look. What do you call it? Just like revitalized a little bit with this Xavi ball. He's trying to pretty much pick up where Pep left off, isn't it? Really trying to monopolize possession, do a bit of tiki-taka and all of that kind of stuff. And I like their signings of Aubameyang and Traore. I mean, we've seen Traore do way better than he does at Wolves. He looks like more productive there. It seems like it will be their competition. I was just trying to like look at what the other teams are saying in their leagues, and it's like everyone else apart from Rangers, right, is not really near the proper, top echelons of their league. Maybe I think Leipzig fifth. Was it Atlanta sixth or something like that? I think was it Eintracht like 10th. Yeah, I mean that's just looking at them on paper, but we know how good Barcelona are in terms of playing their philosophy. I can't see anyone else upsetting them. I'm thinking about Rangers. Rangers beat that Dortmund side, right? I think they smashed them, didn't they? On aggregate. So maybe they could pose a threat, because I see them beating Braga. I see Rangers beating Braga, but Rangers versus Barcelona. I mean, really, can they cause Barcelona trouble? I mean, I think Barcelona just have the high.
Eddie, relax. Eddie, relax. Like, there's no way that Rangers are beating Barcelona. That can't happen. that can't happen, man. There's no, it's like, we're talking about, the likes of, Alan McGregor, so going to the new camp, man, and you're saying that he's going to, there's no way that like that Haggis is being.
Hey, respect my Finnish player Glenn Kamara, bro. He plays for Rangers. I gotta represent my guy.
But so go on, Eddie, but finish up. Bro.
Yeah, I think I was finished there. Really, I was trying to make a case for Rangers, isn't it? Because all it's going to come down to is if Barcelona are like going to feel some kind of intermittent depression from being in the competition, because they know they should be in Champions League. So, unless Barcelona have like a brain fart, I think it's their competition to lose.
Mike, man, what are your thoughts on that?
I want to take a different aspect to this, because I think all of these teams pretty much have been underperformed. Well, most of them have been underperforming in their leagues. West Ham, Lyon, they have to win this competition to qualify Champions League. Atalanta, they have to win this competition to qualify Champions League. Same for Frankfurt. Leipzig, I think they'll get top 4 in Bundesliga, so they'll qualify the Champions League. This competition is about just making it to the Champions League and winning this Europa League. So Frankfurt, Barcelona. This is Barcelona, right? I mean, Frankfurt, kudos to them. I don't know if you guys saw the winning goal they had against Real Betis. Oh my God, it was an absolute calamity from the goalkeeper. I don't know what he's doing there. Barcelona will smash them in the Camp Nou, or sorry, Spotify Camp Nou. That's the new name for it. So I think it'll be like 4-0 aggregate scoreline. West Ham, Lyon. This is going to be a good game. I don't know if you guys watched the West Ham Sevilla game. I mean, West Ham were fantastic. They were. I think for the first time since like they moved from the bowling ground, is that what it was called, the old stadium? Is that what it's called, bowling ground? I think the first time at the London Olympic Stadium, they actually it felt like a football stadium. Before it was a track stadium where they had a 100-meter dash and stuff like that. It actually felt like a football stadium for once. So I think West Ham can beat Lyon. It's going to be a tough game, but
I'm not going to lie. I was surprised by how, because the thing is, I watched the game and it wasn't like, West Ham defended well and counterattacked and stuff like that. Like they dominated Sevilla.
Yep.
And I was like, Sevilla are a possession-based team. They're second in La Liga. I watched them play. I know their forms have been good, but I didn't expect them to be dominated by West Ham. That was what was odd. I'm like, West Ham are not a dominating team, really, with Moyes, So I don't know whether maybe Moyes, maybe from his experience in Spain, was like, this is how, I don't know. I mean, it just shocked me, to be honest. Like, I just didn't expect that performance.
I think it was like the crowd that just really pushed West Ham to win that game because they were really into it. And I'm happy that English teams take the Europa League seriously and actually want to win this competition. So I think West Ham can beat Lyon for sure. And I don't think they'll counterattack and just park the bus. I think in the home leg that West Ham have got to win that. If they go away to Lyon and are in a losing position, it's done. It's done pretty much. Braga, Rangers. All right, let's give it to my boy Glenn Kamara. Rangers are going to win that game. Braga, kudos to them. They made it this far, but Rangers are going to go through. Crazy to think a decade ago they were in the 4th division of Scottish football, and now they're almost in the semifinals. So, got to give it to them. Leipzig, Atalanta. This is going to be the best game. This is going to be a high scoring. Both teams can't really defend, but I mean, both teams can score for fun. So I think this is going to be like a 6-5 sort of aggregate scoreline here between Leipzig and Atalanta. Because Atalanta can't defend; they can score. Right? Leipzig can score, but they can't defend. So I think it's going to be some high scoring games there. I mean, Atalanta Leverkusen was the first 3-2, but then the second leg was kind of disappointing. So I think I think it's going to be Barcelona versus Leipzig final. And I think it's going to be a really good footballing match because I think Leipzig will really take it to Barcelona because, while Barcelona have been fantastic under Xavi Ball, that defense is still leaky. And if they're going to play a 30-year-old Dani Alves at the right back, I mean, Nkunku is going to live for that.
Fair. Barry, your thought. What was it? Indonesia question. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I've had wins, Barry. Chainsaw. Sorry, Chainsaw. Yeah, sorry. Your thoughts, man.
Barca should win this trophy. I think they're the clear favourites. I think everyone agrees on that. I think my dream final would be West Ham Rangers, only because I want to see Rangers win it just for the Scottish League and, the amount of memes that could be made with Scotland winning the Europa League. And because it would generally be something good to watch. Like you could get behind one team, either a Premier League team or a Scottish team, but most likely it would be, as Michael said, he summed it up perfectly. It would be Barcelona and RB in the final, or should be, based on their quality. But I'm just hoping for West Ham to shock Barcelona because I know some Barcelona fans see Declan Rice and players like that as jokes, but they're actually decent players. So if you take them lightly, they will win that game, and David Moyes will do a masterclass. But I know Barcelona is going to win this most likely. I'm just hoping for a Rangers West Ham final.
I mean, it would be good for Scottish football, to be fair, because to be honest, I think I looked at the coefficient and. Because of Rangers, because of how well they've done in Europe, and then if you probably add I don't even include the Russia issue, but because of how well Rangers have done, their coefficient has improved. So basically, it's actually really unfair for Rangers because right now I think Celtic are first, and basically what that means is that from next season, Celtic will basically get an automatic group spot in the Champions League. But it's not fair. Because the reason why they get that is because of how well Rangers have done recently in the Europa League, qualifying. Celtic have been garbage in Europe. They've been so bad. So it's like it's not fair that Celtic.
Red.
Sorry, go on.
Red. Celtic got knocked out of the Champions League qualifiers, then got knocked out of the Europa League groups, and got knocked out of the Conference League. So they got knocked out of 3 European competitions in one season.
And yet, if they win the Scottish League, they'll be put in the group stages of the Champions League straight away, and Rangers won't. And Rangers will have to. If Rangers finish second, I think they'll have to go through the qualifiers or something like that. So I just think it's unfair because Rangers actually in recent years have actually done quite well in the Europa League and Europe in general, whereas Celtic have just been bad, just been so bad.
Yeah, don't you think it's up to Rangers then to be winning their league then to really call the shots? Because if Celtic are winning that league, then by how the format goes, they deserve it, don't they?
Yeah, but I don't know. It's like the Liverpool thing as well. You know, there's certain teams that with their league, they're not as efficient as, you know, they're more of a cup team type of thing. And you even see that domestically with Rangers as well. They seem to be more of a cup team at times than a league team compared to Celtic, because obviously Celtic won and dominated the league for so many years when Rangers were relegated that now it's like that Rangers are still quite new when it comes to league domination, and obviously they changed their manager as well recently because obviously Steven Gerrard went away. So just before we move on quickly, like who do people see? So a lot of people are saying Barca should win it, Barca should be favourites, etc. Just quickly go through these ties. Like, who do you think will win the respective ties, and then what people think the final is going to be? So I'll start with Eddie, man.
Yeah, I was just looking at like how the semi-finals can happen. And it's looking like it's West Ham and Lyon, or West Ham or Lyon versus Eintracht or Barcelona, and then Leipzig or Atlanta versus Braga or Rangers. So semi-final, I see. Yeah, I see West Ham upsetting. I know it wouldn't be upset if they beat Lyon. Isn't it? Lyon are like 10th, aren't they, in their league, or somewhere like that. They're not doing well, are they, at all? And West Ham are looking good with their domestic form, and the way they outclassed Sevilla, so they'll be confident as well. So I see West Ham, Barcelona, one of the semi-finals. Then Leipzig and Rangers. And I don't know. I can see Rangers bottling it against Leipzig for some reason, man. I'm not sure if they can do it. I just see a Leipzig Barcelona final, and then Barcelona just win it because of their football heritage. You know, as HH says, you know, they're the best in the competition, and they're you know what I mean, they'll let the football do the talking as well as having that heritage. So Barcelona in the end will take it.
Right. Fair enough, bro. Fair enough. Michael, what's your thoughts how it's going to work out?
Well, first off, Barcelona will beat Frankfurt. As SSB says there, they are so inconsistent this season. I mean, I don't know how they've made it to the quarterfinals, but kudos to them. But they're going to get a footballing lesson by Barcelona in this tie. I mean, Barca are going to destroy them, in my opinion. West Ham Lyon, this is going to be a good game. You know, Lyon with Lucas Paqueta, Arroy, Moussa Dembele, Toko Ekambi was fantastic at the AFCON. They have some good players, and I think they can definitely hurt West Ham. And like I said, they have to win this Europa League to qualify to the Champions League because they have been dreadful. I mean, they losing at home 5-1 to like Stade Rennes, losing to like, I don't know, Evian or Croissant FC. I don't know. Lyon are just terrible this season. I don't get it, man. They have such a good team, but are terrible. So I think West Ham will win this game. And the confidence they got from beating Sevilla will give them a lot of confidence. Leipzig, Atalanta, like I said, this is going to be the best footballing matchup. I think it's just going to be like a tennis match, end-to-end sort of stuff here. I think Leipzig just have a bit too much for Atalanta with Nkunku, Andre Silva, so many good players they have, Emil Forsberg. Ever since they got rid of Jesse Marsch, they've been on a great form. I think they've only lost to Bayern since he's been hired, if I'm not mistaken. So kudos to Leipzig. Atalanta, I just think, I don't know what's happened to them this year. 2022 has not been their year. It's not been the same Atalanta that we have known for the last couple of years. So I think Leipzig will win. Braga Rangers. I mean, Braga, I don't know how they've made it this far, to be honest. I don't know how they beat Monaco. This is not the greatest Braga side, but they're a very good home side. They have the best, I think, the best footballing stadium in the world. I don't know if you guys know. It's like that big rock that's behind one of the goals in Portugal.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Braga have that stadium. It's a fantastic stadium. But I think Rangers actually going to make it to the semifinals. So kudos to them. Shout out to my guys, Alfredo Morelos and Glenn Kamara and Giovanni Van Bronckhorst and James Tavernier, who once is a Trent wannabe with all his goals, man. James Tavernier has like 20 goals this season. It's ridiculous for a right back. So it's going to be a semifinal. Like some 20-something goals this season. He's ridiculous, James Tavernier.
Wow. He's checking them on YouTube, man. I didn't even hear about that. 20 goals.
Yeah,
ridiculous,
I might be exaggerating, but he's got a ton of goals. He takes all their penalties and free kicks. But so it's gonna be a West Ham Barcelona semifinal, Leipzig Rangers semifinal. I think Barcelona just, as much as I love West Ham, I think Barcelona have too much for West Ham. Let's see. It's gonna be Declan Rice versus Pedri in the midfield. We'll see who the up and coming midfielder of the world it is gonna be. That's gonna be good.
It's just, Michael, it's just I can't picture Mark Noble bossing the Barcelona midfielder, man. It just can't happen, bro. It can't happen. You can't like Mark Noble, so you got Mark Noble and Busquets, and you've got Gavi and Pedri. You got Declan Rice, okay, yeah, he's being hyped and stuff like that. But bro, it's
What about Ben Rama and Bowen doing triangles past Busquets?
Yeah, I would say, in fairness, Antonio, PK does have to be careful of Antonio because PK can get bullied, I think, and I'm interested to see what Barry thinks about this. But he's obviously Antonio's quick, he's got his technique, but the main thing is that he can be he's a bully, So and I do think that PK naturally has struggled because he's older, so I think that might be one to watch potentially, especially if they feed Antonio the ball. I mean, I don't know what you think about that, Barry.
Yeah, one thing I saw about Piqué is that he's looked better than some of the previous years. I think that, for example, against Osimhen, he did a good job overall. I think that he tried to match his pace a little because we know that Osimhen is a very technical and fast striker and everything. But I think that he did a good job of trying to match and be really the physical one because I think Osimhen is more of a striker who relies on his technical ability and his dribbling, his pace to really outsmart and go past defenders. But Antonio, as you said, he's a bully. He's gonna try to use his physique and really use every physical aspect of himself to really try to make something happen. But it's funny for Barcelona because they're in a situation where it's a win-win because after the elimination against Bayern in the Champions League, they were more in the situation, okay, we need to make top four because we need to play Champions League next year, But how they've been looking in La Liga and the spot that they're in Europa League, they can do a win-win situation, But yeah, West Ham Lyon's gonna be a good one. Lyon also I'm a little bit surprised because the quality of the team, Usemawa, Lucas Paqueta, and so forth, Anthony Lopez. I think that these guys they're supposed to challenge for a European spot in Ligue 1, but unfortunately it hasn't happened. And West Ham, they have a I think they were mostly in top four for part of the Prem season, innit?
Who? West Ham?
Yeah.
Yeah, before Christmas mostly. But
Yeah.
then they also dropped off, which I expected. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, these two teams they really need to win this competition because nobody wants to miss out on Champions League. But I think I trust more West Ham to turn up instead of Lyon. Leipzig Atalanta is gonna be a high goal scoring match as well because these two Atalanta is a bit odd because most of the teams of Serie A they're mostly trying to focus on defense and not trying to concede a lot of chances. But Atalanta, they're pretty much the rebel of the Serie A. They are great attacking wise, but defensively, it's a bit of a roller coaster ride. But I still think Leipzig is gonna win. And shout out to Braga and everything, cool stadium. But I got Rangers, so yeah, that's my prediction of the quarters.
Okay, fair enough. Chainsaw, I think you're the last one to speak to. I think about the Europa League.
Yeah, I would say starting with Rangers and Braga, I think Rangers should win that one. I think Ryan Kent has been really good. I don't know whether he's playing against weaker oppositions, but like the way he dribbles and like he takes on players, he's an exciting player, and he's an ex-Liverpool player. So I'm happy for him. So I'm hoping him and Morelos take Rangers to minimum semis, and then RB versus Atlanta. I think RB should win that one. But I wouldn't be. It's hard to say because one's a German league and one's an Italian league, and both these leagues have been really poor recently, in general. So it could be like Michael said, it could be a high-scoring game from both sides. No defending, just attack. But I think RB should make it to the semis. West Ham versus Lyon. I don't think it's a conclusion in that game. I know West Ham should have more quality than Lyon, but I think because Lyon play, I think home in the second leg, that could be a decisive factor, which could take Lyon to the semis. So I want West Ham in the semis, but I think Lyon might make it. And with Barcelona, Frankfurt, there's no way Aubameyang's not scoring at least 2 goals against Frankfurt and making them go through. I think Barcelona are comfortable in that type.
Fair. Any final thoughts on the Europa League before we move swiftly on? Briefly, because I don't think people care that much about the Conference League, but it's football, and at the end of the day, I think that we have to give every competition its fair due. But has any final thoughts on the Europa League?
You know what? Yes. I don't know if any of you other guys were thinking this as well. Yeah, but like the European champions, like as in the Euros for like the national teams, like Italy are champions, aren't they? Still, yeah. They had a good tournament. They had a good tournament as well. And the thing is, like, they used a lot of players from their division. Like, there's a lot of people that looked average on paper, but actually showed up. Like people like Berardi, other people that are playing for like teams like Cagliari or Sassuolo or Torino. And it's like I'm just wondering why is the Serie A falling off so much in these European?
Well, we're gonna talk about the Serie A title race in a second. So I think that's a good point to bring up. So once we've just done the Conference League discussion, we are going to talk about the Serie A title race and then a conversation about how Serie A is. But it's good to remind. Thanks for reminding me about that, Eddie, because Serie A is it's interesting. It's definitely interesting right now. So especially with what we saw with Juventus and what have you. Now let me just quickly get where is this quarterfinal draw for the Europa League? Man, it's a Conference League, so it's almost really the most thing I want to talk about here. Really is the remainder. Here we go. I think.
Have you got a picture like HH where like he basically took a picture of his TV? I've
got a better quality one. Yeah, I've got a better quality one, man. HH was he was just trolling, bro. This is a much better quality one now.
I mean, it is the Conference League, isn't it? So,
can I start with the Conference League?
There you go, man. Right, there it is. There we go. How do people like that?
Nice.
Right. Michael, man, go for it, man.
As a Conference League alumni, I have been to 3 Conference League games this year. This is a great competition. Yeah, because my team here in Finland, we're actually in it, and we got absolutely lubricated at home twice. I only saw 1 goal in 3 games, by the way, guys. It was horrible to watch in the snow. Wow. But anyways, you know what? This is actually really good, this competition. I gotta be honest. I know, like, English fans or La Liga fans or Serie A fans don't really care, but for someone that like lives here in Finland and has a smaller team in it, I actually quite care about it. And the Norwegian password that lubricated Jose Mourinho will do it again. They'll do it again. This is an amazing story, this Norwegian team. I got to be honest. Everybody can say it's a password. It's a password. If you guys don't know, because I've actually been doing some studying about this Norwegian team, Bodo Glimt, because I'm going to do a video about them. 4 years ago, they were in the 2nd division of Norwegian football. They haven't spent any money, really. They have sold all their best players to AC Milan, Jans Hauge. I don't know if you guys know him. They've sold them to other teams in the league. They've made like a profit of 40-something million in the last couple of years. It's an amazing story, this Bodo Glimt. And they've actually hired a former like Norwegian Air Force guy to be like a mentality thing. So as Eminem says, respect the passwords, and yeah, respect the Norwegian password, because Josie is going to get PTSD going back up to the Arctic Circle and seeing the Northern Lights and being scared about that. Because I think Bodo Glimt can actually do something here, man. I think they really have a good chance of beating Roma once again. I think at home, I don't know if you guys know, they bring these giant yellow toothbrushes. You guys got to search it on Google. It's fantastic. When Bodo Glimt fans, they just bring this 2-meter tall yellow toothbrush to their home games. And I don't know if that's supposed to intimidate the away players or what, but it clearly worked on Jose and AS Roma, because they got smashed 6-1 at home, and the second game was a 2-2 draw in Rome. So I think Bodo Glimt can actually beat them once again. Feyenoord, Slavia Praha, this is going to be high scoring. Both teams, they scored 9 goals in their last game, in the 2 games, of course. So I think this could end 7-7 aggregate scoreline. They can't defend, but they love to score. And then the other match, Olympic Marseille PAOK. No offense to PAOK, they've done amazing so far in this tournament. Marseille should be beating them, but that Argentinian bulldog on the sideline, Jorge Sampaoli, you guys might remember him from the last World Cup. The guy's an overrated manager, in my opinion. The guy, I can't rate.
Yeah, he's overhyped.
Yeah, he's so overhyped. He's never won any competition except for Copa America with Chile, but other than that, he's so overhyped. And then Leicester, PSV. You know what? I think PSV are going to beat Leicester. They're a really good team. They got Götze, 2014 vibes with Götze, but they actually have a lot of good players. And one player to watch out for on this PSV team is a guy called Noni Madueke. He's actually an English guy who left, I think, the Tottenham Academy last year, and he's scoring for fun for PSV. So I think PSV will actually beat Leicester, and I think they'll surprise them. So I think we could get some weird final in Tirana, Albania. So looking forward to it, man. This is awesome competition, in my opinion.
No, fair enough. And thanks to, I mean, we'll maybe try and cover more the UEFA Conference League on the channel, actually. So because I said
you will RDS, because United will be in this competition.
Oh, that's a good one. Yes, Michael.
RDS. If United,
you're doing so well, bro, man.
I know,
so
but
well,
RDS. If United are playing,
that's worth a sin.
Exactly.
There's no yellow cards here. There's no yellow card.
There are currently no yellow cards. Yeah, there's currently no yellow cards right now. So if United play in the Thursday night here in Finland, that would be the greatest moment of my lifetime, seeing this.
I can't deal with this, man.
You guys come out of
-2
Celsius. It's snowing here, artificial turf. Seeing Pogba doing a madness in Finland. Oh my god, I would love it.
Yeah, wow. I bet you'd love to see Ronaldo come and do the Sue or 30.
That would be amazing.
United getting smashed, man.
By the way, guys, those who are watching, I am streaming on Twitch. So please support me on Twitch as well. So if you are on Twitch, please head over and subscribe. Follow me on Twitch. Links in the description as well.
RDS.
Yeah, go on, Chinto.
First thing I need to say, Michael, your football knowledge is supreme. It's blown me away. Like the things that you know.
I have no life, Chainsaw. I have no life.
No. That's impressive. That's actually impressive.
MN says why cool one. Yeah, no, exactly.
Yeah, it's not just impressive, it's entertaining. Like, wow. This actually makes me want to watch this competition. That's how good your knowledge is.
I want to watch Brother Glimpse now,
Yeah, exactly.
Put some of those games on and head over and subscribe to his channel as well. Give him some love, guys. For those who are watching, go.
Can you put your channel on the
I'll post
private chat, please, Michael?
Yeah, well, I'll do one better. I'll even post it in the chat. I will just
nice.
I need to say, like, I was not going to watch any of these games. I might have to watch one of these games now. And like, for me, when he said Leicester will get knocked out, I was just thinking about Brendan Rodgers, and then I realized, yeah, he's gonna get knocked out. Brendan Rodgers is the ultimate European ball job there's ever been. I mean, he's bowled every single chance in Europe with Liverpool, Celtic. I think he'll bowl this one and prove himself as the worthless manager he is. And I think PSV will go through, just based on Brendan Rodgers. I think he will let Leicester down. I do like Finland as a country, Northern Lights and everything. But there's no way Mourinho's losing again. There's no way Mourinho's getting knocked out in this moment. Like, I just don't see Roma not making at least the semis. from this fixture. Obviously, I don't know much about the other team, so I have to respect them. Like you say, respect the passwords. But like, if Mourinho loses this, does he get another job? Like in Europe?
He's gonna go. He's gonna go to Newcastle, isn't he?
No,
That's the plan, isn't it?
How? If he loses this, there's no coming back. He's already washed, but this is worse than washed. Like, Roma shouldn't be losing that game on paper. Like, the other team might have quality, like hidden gems, but this is AS Roma. They're not the biggest club, but they're a respected club in Italy. There's no way they should be getting knocked out by a password. And then Marseille should win their game, I think. I'm not sure about the other team. And Feyenoord should win their tie as well. But like Michael said, that could be like a high-scoring game. Both teams have scored like loads of goals. So that's probably the game to watch in terms of excitement, like the underrated game out of these four. So, yeah, I mean, I'm surprised that this is going to be an interesting quarterfinals.
Yeah, I just got to ask RDS real quick there. Can you
man.
really see Newcastle wanting Mourinho there? I mean, even if he doesn't win this competition or do well with Roma, I mean, he's gone from big teams to Spurs, failing there, and it's possibly going to be failing at Roma anyway.
I guess because I just don't see. I almost feel like, you know, it's like when City started spending money and they got Mark Hughes. You know, I just don't see, you know, Newcastle. The owners will want to make Newcastle. It's all about branding.
But RDS, are you saying that Mourinho is Mark Hughes level now? Is he fell that far?
No. What I'm saying is that, like, I'm saying Eddie Howe. I'm saying that, like, the whole it's the idea that they want to bring in initially a safe manager, safe hands to start, but then as they get more success, as they get more signings, it then all becomes about the brand. Then the war becomes about getting, you know, top quality, or what is perceived to be a top quality manager. And so Mourinho, whatever you say about his failings, is still perceived to be a top quality manager. So I just think that, and then on top of that, you know, we know that if he signs players, you know, he does the business. So, and I just don't, and I think that he'll also, because the only place I can think he can go is either PSG or or Newcastle. And I think he'd probably pick Newcastle over PSG because I think he'd have a point to prove. He'd be like, listen, I can do bits if I've got money and I've got backing, and that's probably what he'll get, if that makes any sense.
All right. I just don't see him really making a comeback. It just seems like he just seems like he's on the downturn with these jobs that he's been getting recently. But to talk about like what I think of the competition, I've just not been watching this at all, you know. So I can only see like a narrative around like Mourinho having to get this competition, because I just looked at where they are in the league. They're in 7th place, right? Does that qualify for Conference League or?
Conference League, yeah.
Conference League. So I know it's only like a point off the guys on 5th and 6th, but he'd probably want to win this just to make sure that he's got that, you know, that Europa. Because if you win this competition, you get a Europa League football. Yeah. So I think he'd want that as like a safety net, you know, to get a cup, because we know that Mourinho is a cup merchant as well. He loves the silverware, you know. He's talked about that at every club. I remember when he was at Man United talking about
Chainsaw. Come on, this is disrespectful. This is disrespectful, man. Come on,
hey,
man.
I would say
imagine if
football's kind of, you know, it's just as boring, man.
It's just like, you know, Mourinho has won 2 trebles. Let's keep it stacked. He won a treble at Porto and he won a treble at Inter Milan. You know, like, we can't, you know, whatever you said from Mourinho, like you can't dismiss 2 trebles. You know, like it's he's washed now, sure, but you know, you can't erase that chainsaw, man. Come on.
Yeah, but as I was saying, I think his ego will just carry him through, because like at every club he's at every club he's been at, when it's gone wrong, he always beefs himself up. You know, he always talks about how well he's done. You know, he always gasses himself up. So I just reckon that might rub off on the players to go all the way. I'm trying to see like who's really going to pose a threat. On paper, it doesn't look like many teams apart from like maybe like a Leicester. I'm not sure about anyone else, but yeah, I reckon Roma are going to take this just because of that Mourinho ego. You know, he's going to, if he can get on the pitch himself, he'd do it, man. He's going to push them through to the final, and I reckon they'll take it.
Fair enough. Cool. Who's Barry? Have you've not spoken yet, have you, about this?
Oh no, not yet.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. I think the favorite for me in this tournament, I think I'll say Olympique de Marseille because domestically they had a good season so far. They're second in Ligue 1, and yeah, I also agree with you guys stand with Sampaoli. I don't think he's that good, you know, but I think that what he has done so far this season, I think it's good because I think that Olympique de Marseille apart from PSG, it should be the team that should always be in Champions League due to how well they had in their reputation in Champions League and so forth. Obviously, Conference League, even though it's a good competition because I saw PSV and Marseille the other day, but I still think that it's a little bit of a downgrade of what Marseille used to do a few years ago, you know. But I do like this tournament, you know, because it also makes sure that you can see more exposure about other players all over the world, you know, and Europe also. So I do like this competition, and I look forward to quarters, man.
Fair.
Red Devil, I gotta leave, man. Thanks for having me,
Cool.
man.
No
I'll
worries.
probably
Take
see.
care, man.
Yeah, I'll probably see you in the hangout, probably.
Yeah, I think he's starting at
Peace,
11,
Barry.
I think, possibly.
Peace.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but cheers,
peace,
right?
man.
Peace, man.
Peace, guys.
Peace, Barry.
Peace.
Peace.
Thanks. And for those, obviously, you know, I'm hoping to do this like semi. Oh, can I share? Oh, Mark, there's an image you sent me on Twitter.
Yes,
real quick.
this is what Josie's gonna go up against once again.
2 seconds. Let's have a look.
I mean, we've had it.
Right. Okay. Let me share this.
So people can understand what Josie's up against.
I can't wait to see this now, man. The suspense is killing me, man.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it now as well.
Let's see if Red Devil. If you guys don't know, there's also been a Gibraltar team in this freaking conference league as well.
Is it? Wow.
Yeah, they got smashed. Absolutely smashed. Wait, it's loading.
The suspense.
The suspense.
See that now.
There we go.
No way. What? What the hell?
If Mourinho loses to this team, I'm definitely sharing this. I'm definitely.
Is that what's the reason for this?
From what I've read, it's a running joke between the fans that they bring this as like, I think, good luck or something like that. But hey, this is what they're up against.
I told you, if Mourinho loses to these guys,
If Mourinho loses to
he needs to retire now.
But you know what's funny? You know what's funny about this team, Bodo Glimt? They actually play really good football. Like they generally play some really. They absolutely outplayed Jose twice. They outplayed him. They didn't like sit back like some teams that would normally do in Europe. They actually like, as their captain like describes it, it's kamikaze football, and that's how they play, man. It's actually a joy to watch, to be honest.
Would you say it's like a little bit like gegenpress, like like hardcore?
It's kind of like gegenpress, like the fullbacks will go into the box and everything like that. Like I think the right back scored the winning goal in the round of 16, so it's pretty awesome to watch, man. But yeah, if Jose loses to yellow toothbrushes and a big salmon on the sideline, I mean, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Jesus Christ for that one. But is it like Bielsa's football? Like just attack?
It's not like just attack. Like they're very structured at the back as well. Like they don't concede a lot of goals, but like AD says, they've eliminated Celtic, AZ Alkmaar. Like these are no scrubs, man. These are good teams as well, and they put a 6-piece past Jose at home, and I think if
Well,
they can,
to be fair, Michael, Mourinho, Adad 74 says Mourinho could be the first manager to win
exactly,
all three
that too.
European competitions. You know, so people would still say he's the GOAT if one of the great if he does that.
Oh,
Mourinho, Wenger, Velasquez season, but on steroids.
On
MN
steroids.
says Mourinho to collect the final Infinity Stone, UCL, UL, and Conference League. Exactly.
It's a pretty
Marseille,
shitty Infinity Stone, isn't it? It's like the worst stone.
Marseille is second in
It's
League One.
shameless.
They will get. Oh, you're saying Marseille is second in League One. They will get to UCL spots. So I guess maybe they're not going to really take this competition seriously then. And Marseille are the only French team to win the UCL. Well, I've always said that Marseille are a bigger club than PSG. I don't really care what anyone says. I've always said Marseille are bigger than PSG because, you know, can anyone answer? Has PSG won the Champions League?
that would be a no.
No. Okay. So it's, you know, you spend all that £1 billion and you still have less Champions Leagues than Marseille. So it is what it is.
So, Red, are you basically saying Liverpool's bigger than United? Confirmed. You can't argue back. We got six.
No. It's different because
That's
Ah.
different.
no. I see you doing, James. I see you doing. I see. Wait. First and foremost, United have won the Champions League, and second,
Okay.
it's the key thing is that we also won the Champions League, the Premier League, and the FA Cup together.
Yeah,
But
that's
1984,
That's something that Liverpool have not done yet. So
1984, we won the League Cup, League, and the European Cup. That's a treble as well. 1984.
do we count the League Cup? I mean, come on,
It's the first treble in English history. It's Liverpool.
It's not as worthy as the FA Cup, though. I
James,
reckon
like,
I
League
count
Cup-
it as the same.
I
League Cup
can't
is the same.
even
It's
dignify
domestic
that
cup.
response, Chainsaw. The fact that you're claiming that as a treble, man. So I
That is
can't
a
even.
treble.
I'm,
I
it's-
googled
it's-
it. It is a
Poor
treble.
man's treble.
it's
No, a poor
It's
man's treble
all-
is what the one that Liverpool won in the 2000 when we won the
2001.
UEFA Cup,
UEFA
League Cup, and FA Cup.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
yeah. It's.
I don't think the League
it's-
Cup tarnishes it, man. I don't. That League Cup, come on. It's not the FA Cup, though. It's not as special as that.
It's
Come
a
on.
domestic trophy, so it's a treble in my book.
I mean,
All right,
I'm-
we're letting them have it, yeah.
I don't want to say to that, Chainsaw. I don't want to say that. So all I can say is that I want you guys to win that domestic treble of yours this season. But not the actual treble that United won. That's the key thing. If you win the domestic one, that's fine.
We're winning the quad.
It's
Sorry.
painful to hear
Before
this,
we just
man.
move on quickly to talk about Serie A and the Premier League titles to round up, who do people actually think is actually going to win the Conference League? Are we all saying Roma? Is that it?
I was saying Roma. Yeah.
I
I'm gonna-
agree with. Sorry.
Go ahead,
Pretty
Chainsaw.
I agree with Michael. The Norwegian team or the Yellow Toothbrush team will win.
I'm gonna go with a PSV Bodo Glimt final, and I think PSV will win the inaugural Europa Conference League.
Fair enough. I actually think PSV will win it as well. Actually, I think that they're low key dark horses, if you're going to call it that. So yeah, right. So I just had to get my charger in. So I've just seen some in the chat as well. AD says PSV is a good pick. SMB says, to me, it's UCL, EPL, and FA Cup. The rest is Mickey Mouse. That's harsh.
Yeah, SSB knows what he's talking about. Yeah, I agree.
Right. Obviously, Eddie brought up a good point, and we're going to briefly talk. We're going to talk about this now. The Serie A title race. I'm not entirely sure, and I'll get the league up now. I'm really not sure how Inter Milan have basically bottled this title race. I really have no idea because they were so far ahead, well, relatively far ahead, and now they're in third place. Quickly, just go on right now. Who do people think are the favorites to win the Serie A? And then the second question, which is what Eddie brought up, which is is the Serie A still a top league? So Eddie, you can start, man.
To be honest, I've not been following this league properly. I mean, if you look at it, like that is a 3-horse race, isn't it? Really, with AC Milan 63 points, Napoli 63, and Inter 60. So Inter's form, I mean, yeah, 2 wins out of 5. That's not looking too good. And then Napoli's form, 3 wins out of 5. I mean, yeah, all 3 teams not really on that great of form, because AC Milan 3 wins out of 5 as well. I'm not sure. I mean, I just got to look at hunger as well, because AC Milan, we've called them the fallen giants for a long time, haven't we? Like the way they've not really done well when they have qualified for the Champions League. They've not really done well in recent years. Not really been in title races. So they have like I come back to the football heritage as well. So I don't know. I mean, I think it comes down to their hunger to see if they really want to get back to where they are. You know, I so wish Man United can be in this position to be, you know, rising up again, because it's so far away from it. But I reckon Milan could take this. You know, I reckon they could do it. But to be honest, I've not really been watching the league as much. So yeah, I've just got a feeling that Milan will do it, because they've got more hunger, basically.
And so I guess the final question, I guess, is like, do you still see Serie as a top league? Why do you think Serie has fallen? Like, what do you think?
I mean, for a lot of years, we've seen that kind of league. It is a technical league, but it's not really as fast and as physical as some of the other top leagues, especially Premier League. Like I mentioned earlier, I just don't see how Italy won that European Championship and then their league is so bad, because they were using a lot of players, like I said, from Sassuolo or Cagliari, like people like Belotti from Torino. What was it, Berardi? I forgot who he plays for. Is it Atlanta?
He plays for Sassuolo.
Sassuolo, yeah. And they were looking good. I really enjoyed Italy through like a lot of the games, except against Spain, where they had to counterattack. But I thought they still were effective. But you could say it's the Mancini effect, you know, really making them look better than what they are. It could be that. But I just got to say, there's always a next season for these teams to do well in the Champions League. I don't think it's over for these guys, you know, because, you know, if you were just to play an Italian team on just an isolated occasion, we'd see a lot of technique, because they've got. I keep saying that this is my key word: football heritage, man. They know how to play football. You know, they're good with pass. They love the passing game in Italy. So I don't think they're finished. It's just they're probably just having that part of the cycle where they're just not doing well for certain reasons. But yeah, I reckon they could recover again, like, you know, next season maybe.
Can I just say, like the comments say, international football is different to club level, and if you realise, England have made the semi-finals of the World Cup and the Euro finals. There's been a huge decline of quality in international football as well.
Jade, so I have to backfire on that one. England had easy paths in both of those cases.
No,
I was going to say that too.
No, that's what I'm saying. The quality of international football is just declined in general. Like, look at Brazil in the Copa America. That's a disgraceful Brazilian team. That's a complete disgrace. Argentina weren't even great. Messi wasn't great in the final, specifically. Like, overall, globally, other than maybe Africa, where you see a Senegal and an Egypt, maybe to a lesser extent, Algeria and Morocco as well. Those teams are, like, you know, showing quality on the ball with a couple of stars. But look at Europe; it's a massive decline. Other than maybe France, England's not that great. If you actually look at it, quality wise, Italy just won the Euros. They're not that spectacular. They're tactical, but they're not full of quality, in my opinion. Right? Spain have been poor in the last few years. In general, in my opinion, international football's declined massively. I don't know. That's how I see it.
I just think that's a bit of a weird dynamic then, because ultimately international football takes the best players from the club game. So I hear what you're saying, because I also think of Germany were poor
But look at the club game. German league's a joke. Italian league is a joke compared to what it used to be, right? And then you look at Pep's and Klopp's and Tuchel's. They're your superstars now. Tactics are leading like these teams rather than an individual like Ronaldinho doing his thing.
Yeah,
people
I
like
see what you mean. There's a lot of systematic play that does
system players. Well, system players isn't a bad thing, but like that's the main thing now. Hence why Italy won the Euros. Tactical systems Mancini implied used, and that's how I see it.
Fair enough. SMB says Italy, Verratti, J5, Donman don't play in Serie A. Chiesa, Bonucci, and Chiellini are all injured right now. So that is a fair point. You've got to obviously bear in mind that a lot of the players don't actually play, especially some of the top players. Like, which top Italian players actually play in Serie A? Chiesa, and then Bonucci and Chiellini, who are getting older. And that's about it. The remainder of the team don't even play there. So that could be a thing. Whereas obviously with the England team, majority of them play in the Premier League, bar Jadon Sancho at the time, and then Jude Bellingham, and obviously other teams spread that way. So that could definitely be a reason. I'd say
they were using players like Berardi and what is it, Belotti, and what is it, Zola? I'm sure he plays in that league.
Was Belotti even a thing, man?
He
did get used sometimes, but Berardi was used, and isn't Spinazzola playing in the Serie A as well?
Yeah, but he's been injured all season because he got that horrible injury against Belgium in the quarterfinals, the Achilles tear.
Yeah, that was bad. That was bad.
Yeah.
SMB says, I'd say football in general in terms of skill has declined. In international football, everyone starts on the same base. The chemistry matters more nowadays, and I think that is true. The international managers, coaches don't have time to coach the players to have chemistry, and so therefore, the team that I guess has the most chemistry basically wins. So I think that this is the thing. I think this is at least why, because I know people say, "Oh, England haven't had difficult have had easy games." But what I would say about this England team is that compared to other teams, because of maybe recent events or the training, what have you, is that they have a lot more chemistry than other England teams of the past when they had far more talented players, but they just didn't gel, they didn't click. Whereas now, I feel like the England team is a lot more balanced, has a lot more chemistry. Not necessarily that they're the best or the best players.
Yes.
Yeah, go on.
What's your opinion on Harry Maguire being picked again for England?
Let's not bring that.
Yeah, let's not start that, please.
So why did you do that, man? Why did you do that, man? That's just
sorry.
So I mean,
but seriously though, I mean, we may have to look into what kind of power Maguire has. Does he work for like the English mafia or something? Like, how is he getting picked for a top team? Like, well, I'd say top team like Man United. I mean, history-wise, isn't it, top team? But for England as well, like he's been like one of the worst players. He's been like what is it, Michael Keane at Everton? He's accident prone as well.
It's like HH says, it's Queen Lizzie tax for Harry Maguire.
He's
really
got some connections, man. Something's happening.
I don't get it. I'll just keep it a stack. I really, 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 really don't get it. I don't. And it just means that he's going to be picked regularly as a centre back for Manchester United, and that's just depressing right now. Yeah. Unless someone has a firm hand and says, "Listen, you've been bad. You're off to the bench." I don't think that'll happen. And it doesn't help that there are a lot of United fans that still think, you know what, it's because of this player and this player and this player. And if we were tactically better, Harry Maguire would be better. I see on Twitter all the time, Fred, and if we get a DM and if we get better fullbacks and if we get a better striker, then Harry Maguire will suddenly become a better centre back. Yeah. Okay.
He's a counter-attack guy, and a counter-attack defender that defends in low block. I don't understand how tactics can improve him that at all. He can't. We've seen him. He's exposed, isn't it? In a high press system, he's exposed. So
I guess this is who else England have at centre back. Well, they have Stones,
Tomori.
Yeah, the thing is, to be honest, the most talented English centre back pairing is Tomori and Joe Gomez. You could plus or minus John Stones because he is good on the ball. Everyone else is brickish. So, but they're never. But knowing England, they will never pick Tomori and Gomez together. That's
Yeah,
never going to come.
Tomori's at Milan, right? Isn't he?
Yeah, he is. He's been
Yeah,
the best
you could
defender in
win.
Serie A.
You could win a Scudetto and not make the team.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Head of Maguire, who could be playing conference football next season. I hate to say that as well. I hate to even joke about.
Don't worry, Harry Maguire will be here in Finland next season.
What are you going to sign him? Take him off us. Take Maguire.
Yeah, we'll take him. He can work in artificial turf. Red Devil, can I talk about the Serie A? Because
yes, go for it, man. Go for it, man. And then we'll end with the Premier League talk. But yeah, go on, man.
HH really did jinx Inter, you know. He really did jinx them. I can't believe it.
What did I say? What did I say? I said, remember when we were talking about it, and I was like, I think Inter gonna win. Like, I said AC Milan are gonna win because I'm gonna do the exact opposite of what you're doing, because I know you're gonna jinx this Inter Milan team. So I pick AC Milan, and so many people in that hangout were like, yeah, Inter, like, don't you guys know that when he's that passionate, the opposite happens?
Exactly.
And lo and behold, AC Milan are top of the league right now, and Inter Milan are third. You know, so but sorry, go on, man, go on.
Yeah, but honestly, I have a funky feeling Juventus are still going to win this league. I don't know why. I still have a funky feeling about them.
If
even though
Juventus win this league, you can't. No, then I'm saying that. Then I'm saying the Scottish league is better.
Oh,
sorry.
Respect. Respect the Serie A. But anyways, Inter have really bottled this. You know, I was talking to an Inter fan on my channel, I think about when it was mid-season for Serie A, and I was like, okay, let's look at your schedule for January, February. They had a tough schedule, right? And I was like, if you get past that, you'll win the Scudetto. Well, they didn't get past that. They have now they lost to Sassuolo at home. They drew with Fiorentina today, where they got outplayed again. I don't know what's happened to this Inter side. They've just lost confidence. They've simply have lost confidence. They can't score. Lautaro, he might be in the Brick Academy, as HH likes to says, because he scored a wonderful goal against Liverpool. But the guy, I don't know what's happened to Lautaro. They replaced Lukaku with Dzeko. Okay, fine. Dzeko can be good for a couple months, but then other than that, he's 36 years old, so he can't work out. Wow. So it's down to Milan or Napoli, I think, and Juventus. I'm adding Juventus. Somehow they're going to win this league. I don't care what anybody says, but I hope Milan or Napoli wins it, especially Napoli, because I think it'd be awesome to see them win the Scudetto for the first time since the 80s when Maradona led them, and now they're going to be led by Victor Osimhen, a Nigerian striker, which would be awesome. Scored 2 goals today, by the way, Victor Osimhen. So shout out to him, and they got a big game against Ghana next week. Are you scared, RDS, by the way?
I'm going to be doing a live stream for that.
Oh, nice.
And am I scared? Possibly.
It is a big rivalry.
You know, I don't know who's the Ghana manager right now.
It's a former. I checked it last week. It's a former Borussia Dortmund assistant manager, Otto Odoi. Never heard of him before it, so I had to search him up because there was rumors about Chris Hughton becoming manager, but I think he's like a technical director for Ghana national team now or something like that. So
okay, good.
Yeah. So he won't. But who knows? Maybe this Otto Odoi can do something. But yeah, I think Milan. You know what? Shout out to Pioli. He's one of the more underrated managers. This squad should not be winning Serie A. Let's be honest here. I mean, they have Giroud and Zlatan up front. While Giroud gets you goals once in a while, and you have Salamakers, you have Brahim Diaz. I mean, these guys. I love Rafael Leao, by the way. I think Leao is going to be a baller of a player in the next couple of seasons. The trickery he does, and he's just a wonderful player to watch. But I think Milan, they have the best defense other than Napoli, of course. So it's down to Milan-Napoli. Milan have a pretty easy schedule for the rest of the season. I don't think they face anybody in the top 6, if I'm not mistaken. Or I think they face Atalanta on the final day, but that's about it. So I think this is Milan's Scudetto to lose. I think Napoli, this is what usually happens to Napoli, right? They show promises and then they falter, but I hope they don't falter this time because they bottled last season when they should have gone top 4. So I think this is Milan's Scudetto, and they're going to finally win a Serie A title. It's awesome to see them rise once again.
Fair enough, man. Thanks, Mike. Chainsaw, good thoughts before we move on to the Premier League? Round up with Premier League, sorry.
I just want AC Milan to win it just because of their history and the club's stature. So I just want to see them rise up and win it. I do see Napoli winning it, though. Only because I just see, like Michael said, that Ibra, Giroud, their defense is good, but their attack isn't that great. I think they might draw when they shouldn't draw against the weaker sides in the league. Juventus are not touching the league title. I'm just checking they got 56 points, right? Yeah, 56 points. They're not coming close. There's no way they could win this league unless all three teams above them start losing games. There's no way that could happen. I think, Inter can't do it. That's about it. I think I'm hoping AC do it, but I think Napoli will win it.
Fair enough. Okay, let's quickly move on to round up. Sorry, with the Premier League. Milan Youth will go through. Edgy says, Joe, we have the longest unbeaten record in the top 5 leagues. That is true. Let's quickly move on to the Premier League title race. So I'm going to just quickly I'll just switch this and we'll look at the Premier League instead. It's best for this to obviously be led by the Liverpool fans who are obviously in a Premier League title race right now. As everyone can see, Liverpool are 1 point behind City with 5 goal difference here. I'm told that Chelsea is still in the title race. That's what I've been told. Which I guess,
Well, he's saying that. He's saying, I mean, come on, they're well off, aren't they?
I mean, a certain man in shades is saying it, but I mean, it is what it is. The treble is still on.
Come on, even his jinx is not that strong. It's not.
Well, if they win the game in hand, they've got 62 points, which means they're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points behind, and then 8 points behind City. So, who knows? But Michael, can Liverpool do it? Can Liverpool beat this City team, given everything that's going on right now? Is this Liverpool's title to lose?
Well, it's not our title to lose. Man City have bottled this. They had a 14-point lead. When was it? Yeah. Honestly, after the Leicester game, when Liverpool lost to Leicester, I thought the league was done. I thought if you give that sort of point edge to Pep, it's over. But lo and behold, look what's happened. Man City have bottled a couple of games. Thank you, Southampton and Crystal Palace, by the way, and Spurs. Big up Spurs. Major scalp there by Spurs, because that's all. If Spurs could play Man City every week, they would win. They would be invincibles and would win every game. But man, it's all coming down to April 10th. That's going to really be a Champions League final. April 10th, Man City hosting Liverpool. Am I confident heading into that game? Not the greatest, because Liverpool's record at the Etihad isn't the best in the last couple of seasons. Let's be honest here. Even Chainsaw can admit it. Our record at Etihad is not great. If it was at Anfield, I would be much more confident. Our schedule for the rest of the season is definitely more difficult than Man City's. Man City still have to play. I mean, they're going to still play some relegation teams, which is always difficult. But Liverpool have to host, I think, Spurs. Well, we'll beat United. That would be 3-0. I'm sorry, Eddie and RDS, but United have no chance at Anfield. So
I really want to fight back for Man United, but it's just
you just can't. You just can't. It's just that time of the year now, and that time.
Can't even play 2 hours of football, man. Like
I know. But I think it's really coming down to the April 10th. I don't know how my nerves are going to handle it. I really can't. And AD
you're going to
says,
get the double the Etihad. Is that what you're saying, Michael? You're going to get the double the Etihad.
I don't know. I think it might be a draw that game. I think it'll be like a 2-2 draw, similar to what it was at Anfield. And I think Trent is out for a couple of weeks, so hopefully he's back for that game. And I think he will be. I think he'll be healthy enough for the game at the Etihad. Because, Chainsaw, didn't Trent miss the game at Anfield against City, if I'm not mistaken?
I
think he did, because I think James did. Because James Milner had to play a right back, and he should have got a red card in that game.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did. Right. Yeah, he did. So, yeah, it's all coming down to April 10th. Do I think we can win the league? Well, we're only 1 point behind, so of course I can, but we do have a tough schedule ahead of us.
Chainsaw Man, what are your thoughts?
Let me tell you the storyline. Okay, so we're going to win the league. Okay, Everton's going to get relegated. It's going to be an FA Cup final between Man City and Liverpool. A Champions League final between.
Sorry, Chainsaw. Sorry to interrupt you. Let's quickly talk. Let's take a diversion actually and go to the bottom of the table actually, because it's a good thing you brought this up actually.
Frank.
So this is the bottom of the table, right? Okay. And to be fair, the relegation battle is actually getting quite interesting actually. Norwich, I think, are down.
They're down.
Oh yeah.
Look at that form as well. Like everyone else has got that
You know,
width. Like,
Um,
actually, Brighton look pretty shit as well.
Burnley, I think will be fine.
Yeah, they'll be
I think
fine.
Burnley will be fine. They've obviously got their 2 games in hand of other teams, and I think the Sean Dyche will get the dub. Watford.
Yeah. So what you see Leeds going then instead of Burnley?
No, Everton. It'll be Everton.
Or Everton.
So because
okay.
this game was important, because this game has been postponed, but this game would have been important. So you look at Watford's league results; that's postponed. They're going to be lubricated by Liverpool.
Yep.
This game is also important, and this game,
Leeds manager's good. Marsh.
He is.
Respect Ted Lasso 2.0.
It's gonna be difficult. I guess what I'm saying is, if Watford win these 2 games and then can get a result in one of these, they might be okay.
I just can't see Watford doing anything because the amount of times they changed that manager, like they just think they can plug in and play with a manager, and like he can, you know what I mean? They've been through who was it? They got a title winner in Ranieri to come in, hardly give him a chance, and get in a manager that looks like he's fresh from the
But what I would say is that, like, if you look at Everton's fixtures, and this is one reason why I'm worried about Everton. I know they did beat Newcastle. But this is why I would be a bit worried about Everton. Is like, if you look at Everton's fixtures, right, where are they getting the points? Are they going to beat West Ham away?
No.
They
might have a shot against Burnley.
No, Sean Dyche will win that. That's how he'll survive.
You know
what? Yeah, don't cut them up for that West Ham game, because West Ham, they've got the Europa League, haven't they?
Yeah.
No, not Europa League. What is it? Conference, right?
No, Europa.
Is it Europe? Oh yeah, sorry. So yeah, they're going to have a little bit of a distraction, you know. So I don't know if their squad's big enough to be handling all these games. Everton could show up. I reckon. Don't count them
out.
They'll beat United at home.
Oh.
Will they beat United at home?
No,
I don't know.
I think they'll beat Leicester. I mean, oh wait, it's weird. They've got Leicester. I think they must have rescheduled this probably, but they have Leicester.
Yes, real quick though. Yes, imagine Donny van der Beek being on the winning team against his parent club. Like,
yeah, but
I don't think he can actually play, can he?
Yeah, he can't play.
He can play.
No, he can't.
He can't. Oh, can't play. Yeah, but still can't lose to another relegation team. It's like, nah, they can't. Surely can't. Oh yes, are you confident for that game or?
Oh, I'm not confident when United play anybody at this point. So, we could win, lose, draw. Like, it just like, and as far as when the season's over, really, anyway. So I'm not really. That's why I'm starting this podcast, because I'm not really, whatever United do now for me doesn't really matter, because Arsenal effectively got top 4. So United will probably get Europa League or something similar to that.
United could beat them at the Emirates, you know. I'm just trying to be positive, but it's
I know, Eddie. That's why I have you on. You're the positive United fan, man. You know, so I'm just like, this team is just, it'll be the death of me. So I just want to see a manager hired, and then I want to see actual backing in the summer and a proper revamp. That says have hope RDS. No. Relax. Shout out to Rich, by the way, man. Hope you. Thank you for stopping by, Rich, and go and subscribe to his channel, man.
Yeah,
because a lot of very good content. And big up, Rich, long time following member, and appreciate it, buddy. So people. Okay, so let me go back, because I still think Everton are in danger. I think they'll be fine if they beat Burnley and win these 2 games, because Leicester in poor form right now. I think that I think they'll survive, and Brentford, so they could win this, and they'll be fine.
But you're saying this as if Everton have got a good defense. Like, they've got the let's say second version of Harry Maguire in their defense.
Yeah.
Michael Keane. He's awful. He's god awful.
He's
their defense is as bad as United.
But then if you look at Leicester City. Leicester City have conceded 45 goals this season as well. You know, so it's not that much similar.
But now they got
better attack.
They got Fofana back now as well.
Okay.
But
That's fair.
I think Burnley will survive. I think Everton will go down. I just don't see how they survive. People just want them to survive because of the brand. But like, and it'll be justice after spending 700 million to get relegated. No trophies, no progress. It'll be just justice.
Into a
Yeah,
new
I
stadium.
can't see that happening because of
Exactly.
that. You know, I
No,
can't
it
see it
will
happening. I
happen.
can see Leeds going down just because they've changed the manager so late as well, and they've been playing that kamikaze football for ages, man.
So interrupt.
I can see them
Rich
going
says, "I'm struggling to care since the CL loss." I hear you, bro.
Ouch.
I hear you, bro.
Oof.
I haven't done a podcast stream since Tuesday, bro. Man, see, this is
It's really that bad. Damn.
bro. It's real. It's real. It's because the thing is, at the end of the day, sometimes what like if your team doesn't care, it's very difficult to care as a fan. You know, and
Yeah.
the manner in which United have lost these competitions has been nothing short of disgraceful, because there's been no fight, just nothing. You know, so you know this team really needs a massive mentality change. And
I feel you, RDS. I mean, that was Liverpool in 10-11 season when we were getting bounced out by freaking Northampton Town or something like that, getting 2 losses against Blackpool, getting dominated by Blackburn 3-0. I lost all hope in that team. So, you know, you just got to trust that something changes in this club. If it doesn't happen, you know, don't trust the process, man.
You see what's happening with Arteta right now, you know. So these are the things. You know,
RDS, we know how you feel, especially 2015 as well, with 6-1 against Stoke. We lost 3-1 against Crystal Palace. Just Stevie G's last games. I mean, we know how you feel, but I'm just happy that you guys are where you are.
Of course,
amen.
Of course. You know, it's just it is what it is, isn't it? It is what it is. Right.
So RDS, who do you think will win the league?
Oh, Liverpool. Liverpool win the league. I don't have.
Why Liverpool?
Don't
Because
try to jinx it.
Yeah, he's trying to jinx it. I see what he's trying to do here.
No. There's no jinx here, man. There's no jinx here. Liverpool are the favourites because ultimately, if they win all their games, they win the title.
That's the same for City. If they win all their games, they win the title as well.
I mean, yes, in a way, you know, in a way that's true. However, as Michael recently said, City were like 11 or 14 points ahead of Liverpool. 14 points. How did they bottle 14 points? So, you know, at the end of the day, and I'll click City's running. So City's running. Okay, Southampton quarters, which I actually don't think is going to be as that actually might be quite tight.
City have struggled against Southampton. Remember the draw at St Mary's?
So I don't think
they struggled at the Etihad as well, didn't they? Against them, that might have been a draw as well.
I think Burnley
they'll lubricate Burnley.
No, Burnley will draw that game.
No,
chainsaw. That's the annual lubrication. Man City will destroy them 5-0.
No, trust me, I know this one.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see City winning that as well.
Then Atletico Madrid sandwiched between Liverpool and this. So this, I think, is where I think City are going to struggle because they're playing Atletico Madrid back to back and then Liverpool sandwiched in between. And I guess for me, they need to kill off this tie at the Etihad. Yeah. If they don't kill off this tie at the Etihad, then I think this is going to be difficult, both of these. So they need to kill it off so they can go hard in those two games if they want to. This period might decide their season.
I just think they've got a good enough squad to actually handle that. Even if like Atletico are still in that tie and they still need to play strong teams and all.
Just Atletico, a team that are dirty. They're battle warriors, I think, and I think that I wouldn't be surprised if you get a lot of tired City players and potentially a couple of injuries as well, and then possibly even some suspensions, red cards, etc. So it's not going to be, I think, as easy as people think. But then the remainder of the games, to be honest, City have fairly straightforward games. I mean, I think they've pretty much beaten most of these teams. Brighton's form's not great. Leeds will be fine. West Ham away will probably be okay.
Aston Villa game.
Aston Villa game. Well, you hope that Stevie G
and Coutinho
give
revenge for
revenge. And then let's look at Liverpool's fixtures quickly, and then we'll round off because I need to go.
Can we look at United fixtures as well? Well,
No.
Don't need to. Why?
So Liverpool, Watford. Liverpool lubricate Watford. They'll lubricate Benfica. This is interesting. They'll lubricate Benfica as well. Stevie G will give them points here. We'll move on here.
Lubrication 3-0.
No. It's just we're going to move on. So you've got playing United back to back. This is the only period here that might stop Liverpool from winning a title. If United can somehow hold Liverpool to a draw, and if Everton,
You're talking about Newcastle United.
no, I'm talking about.
Oh, but seriously, for Man United to do something, they would have to play 2 halves of football. Can they even do the fundamentals?
I mean, I would say that these games are not easy.
Because that's what I'm trying to say.
Hard in different ways. Everton usually do turn up for derbies. I'm not saying they'll win, but it'll be easy. United, I mean, okay,
I don't want to sound arrogant, but this is easy for us. Our squad can handle this. We've got 2 players in every position, minus right back and DM. We have literally 2 players in every position. There's no way.
Chainsaw's confidence is too much, man. I mean,
damn, Chainsaw, your confidence is A1.
I've looked at the squad. Other than injuries, if we get let's say 10 injuries or something crazy, then maybe. But our squad is too good. These are easy teams: Tottenham, Wolves, Southampton, Newcastle, Everton, United definitely are easy. It's just maybe at Man City and the semi-finals will be difficult in the Champions League compared to these other fixtures. But this is easy. It's a wrap.
Jeez, man, that confidence.
The confidence is too much, RDS.
That confidence. Well, it's better to be in that position than where we are right now. To be honest, it really, really is. Right, guys. Got to round this thing up. Thank you guys so much. And Rich just says they have the momentum. Liverpool looking very good at the moment. I'll be back. Don't worry, guys. Yeah. I think that's why it's good to cover all this additional stuff, because you've got to remember that I think I remind myself that I'm a football fan first before I'm a United fan, which means
yes, that's a good point there, because I've said to you before, I'm a fan of football as well, but with this podcast today, man, I've just really realized how much football I'm not watching. I'm just watching too much Man United, man.
I think that the problem with if club loyalty is important, I agree, but the thing is, I don't think it should go to the point where you can't enjoy watching watching football, or worse, playing football because your team isn't doing particularly well. So that's why I'm saying I'm a football fan. I can enjoy watching Liverpool versus City just for the sheer entertainment of it. Even though I don't want anyone to win, I still want to be entertained. And I think if you still have that mentality, then it'll be a lot better than just hoping that your team will perform. And then Ragnick will humble his son Klopp. Relax. That's not happening.
I would love that, man. I would love it.
I would love that. That's not happening. Yes.
I need to say United will get top 4. I think United might come 4th, and Arsenal will come 5th. No.
Trying the jinx.
No jinx. No.
I appreciate your input, Chainsaw. So I appreciate your input, but unfortunately, saying that doesn't mean that Liverpool aren't any less going to win the quadruple, as you've obviously rightfully said. It is what it is.
Yeah, we're winning the quad.
You are winning the quad. Right, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching and tuning in. Hopefully, this will be a weekly occurrence. It might not be as long because we'll always go in 2 hours now, but probably an hour and a half. The international break will be coming, so there'll be obviously a lot of stuff to cover and talk about. We might even try and do something different, like versus battles and stuff like that as well, that we might have on the show as well, like a versus stream and compare different players. Who knows? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Guys, thank you guys for coming on. Eddie, Michael, Chainsaw, really, really appreciate it.
Thank you.
In the chat, really appreciate it as well. It's been good. Have a nice day, everyone.
Peace.
All right, peace out.